Stick around with this series because we're gonna try to build a 6S beast for under $300. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Jacobus RC, where we buy, bash, and build used RC cars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to my hobbies like this and this, I like to save as much money as I can. I have this fleet of RC cars that keeps growing and growing and growing, and the cool thing is that I bought all of them used. I go on local listings like Facebook Marketplace, find some diamonds in the rough, and with the money I saved from buying them used and not buying them new, I'm able to upgrade them and get them exactly to how I want them to look and drive. So that's pretty much the goal with this build series. So with this build, the first thing is that I'm gonna try to keep my costs under $300 or as close to $300 as possible. If we're below that, that's good. If we're above that, then that's also good, as long as it's not too crazy high, you know what I'm saying? Two, this one's probably gonna be impossible to do, but I'm gonna try to buy all of the parts used on those local listings like Facebook Marketplace and things like that. Now, it's gonna be a bit tough, so I'm gonna give myself a little bit of wiggle room. If we can buy the part new for like $2, $3, $4, $5 more than you can buy them used, and I'm just gonna buy them new. The goal is to use as much used parts as possible. And finally, I'm gonna try to build it in my own style. It's not gonna be fun if I just buy something like that right there and then just slap a 6S system and call it a day. This Slash was under $300, but that's no fun in a build in a series, so we're gonna try to find something unique and get it up to that 6S beast. So now the reason I chose $300 as a good price point is because if I go lower, let's say to like $200, and that's probably gonna be impossible. There's some 6S systems that already go for like $200 used, $150 used, so that's not leaving a lot of wiggle room. And I didn't go higher to like $350, $400, because at that point you might as well buy yourself like a 6S Arma used. They go for $400. Now before we jump in, I do want to point out one thing. I do have this guy right here, a 3D printer that I do have to my disposal. Now, not everyone has one, so I'm gonna try not to use 3D printed parts, but in order to keep things interesting, if I can't find some parts, then I will throw up some pieces on that 3D printer, print them out, and keep the project going. Now, my bread and butter for finding these used RC cars is, of course, right here on your screen, eBay. We also have Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. Both of those work well. Craigslist is a little bit hit or miss. Maybe with some of the more vintage stuff you can find them. And then there's also two apps. We got OfferUp, and then we also have Mercari that you can download. I think you can use a web browser as well, but you can download these. These are the 5 that I use. Let me know down in the comments if there's another place you guys find your used deals, but this is my bread and butter. We're gonna try to find a used RC chassis that we can use to build up to that 6S beast, but we don't want to start off with a flat pan, because finding all those parts, all the drivetrain and suspension components is going to take forever, and we're not going to just buy a 6S car just under $300. We're going to build it up. So I already actually decided what I'm going to go out and try to find, and that is a used stadium truck. Now, the reason I didn't go for the buggies or like the short course trucks like the Slash is because I got too many of them. I want a stadium truck. I love the classic looks, the lines, how the tires and wheels stick out from the body. So we're gonna try to find one that's used, and that's what we're on the hunt for right now. So guys, after looking for quite a while, I stumbled upon this guy right here, and I'm gonna pick it up. I found this on OfferUp. It's an app on your phone. All you have to do is look up the product that you want, in this case an RC car, shoot some messages back and forth with the person, and then decide to meet up at a place like this little parking lot that I'm at right now. He said he's gonna be in a black Frontier Nissan, so now I just gotta wait. It's a pretty good price already. I didn't have to haggle down too much. I'll tell you guys what I got it for after I pick it up but it checks off all the boxes, you know. Obviously, we're going for 6S, so we gave ourselves a little bit of a challenge with the nitro roller that we're about to pick up. But from all the pictures, it looks like it has all the parts we need, so we don't have to go out hunting for anything. Plus, like I said, it's a nitro roller, so it's gonna give this build, this series, a bit of a unique kind of look. All right, guys. Package is now secured. Got it in the passenger seat. Let's take it back home, inspect it, and see what we got to work with. Alright, so first things first, you guys can't really tell, but this thing just smells like cigarettes. And that is the wonders of buying stuff used. You never know what you're gonna get. In this case, this thing is just stinking up my place. I'm pretty sure it's just in the tire, so we might have to replace these because, man, it is a strong smell. You know, at first glance, it looks kind of good. It looks kind of good, but you know, the body sitting good at the front, it doesn't really fit the rear kind of body post mount right there. So we're probably just gonna go ahead, put that to the side. We might get rid of that thing, sell it for, you know, $5-10 and put it back into the project build, but that body is not gonna work. Now what we're looking at here on the table is of course a nitro rustler, and I'm gonna guess it's a vintage nitro rustler dating way back to probably the 90s, and there's two ways that I can tell, or that I'm sure that this is from the 90s. One of which is it's got Phillips or crosshead screws still, and I'm pretty sure we've moved way beyond past that with the hex screws nowadays. And then the second thing is the design of the chassis at the bottom plate there. You can see it's half aluminum, half plastic. The plastic also is black. I know the more modern ones have like a light gray kind of color, so those are the clues that are telling me that this is from way back then. So I'm gonna quickly spin this thing around, give it a quick 360, see if you guys can tell if there's any problems with this. I'm of course seeing one already right there, two at the front, three, maybe four, five problems. So let's cover them off right here. I don't know, let's bring it around the back, see if you guys can tell. I don't know, did you guys catch it? 5 problems. Okay, first things first, I think I got tricked on the listing, or I wasn't paying close attention to the listing, but your wheels aren't supposed to look like that. So of course we're missing the steering linkages that are supposed to keep this thing straight. So that's one problem. Second problem is, of course, we're missing the servo and the bell crank kind of setup for the steering. So that's gonna be something we're gonna have to get. Next problem right here in the middle, obviously we're gonna have to do a conversion. So we're gonna have to obviously remove the gas little nitro tank right here and try to fit a slot for my batteries. So this is gonna be 6S. I hope it can fit in this little slot right here, or we might have to kind of extend the chassis out a little bit on the sides. We'll see. Next, of course, right here where the nitro engine's supposed to be, we're gonna have to get a mount for the 6S motor to kind of fit right here. So that's going to be a fun project. I'm going to see if I can buy something online that's already there. If not, I might have to revert to the 3D printer. And then the final thing that I noticed, not that big of a deal, but we're missing a little dog bone over here, the drive shaft. So not too big of a deal. I don't think I'm missing anything else. You know, we got the wheels, we got the shocks, we got the tires. That's pretty much all that we're missing. Obviously this is an old build, so maybe, you know, there's a little bit of slop on the hinge pin area, the shock mount point, but you know, we'll fix that if we need to. But overall, we're looking good. So yeah guys, stay tuned, stick around for some of the next videos that we'll have on this project series. I almost forgot to tell you guys that I actually picked this up for $40, so I shaved off $5 from the list price. So that's pretty cool. That's gonna help us out with a lot of room for the electronics and things like that. But yeah, stick around, stay tuned, and watch some of the next videos that you'll see on your screen right now. I'll catch you guys next time.